Hi everyone and welcome back to this channel. Again, if this is your first time watching me onto this video, my name is John, and for today's episode and for today's video, as per your request, this is a step-by-step guide in the Yukon Community Pilot Program, your gateway to permanent resident here in Canada. Again, as a disclaimer, this explanation is all based on experience and what I have understand how to migrate here in Canada. With this pathway, it is not easy and it takes a lot of perseverance to find a job employer. Now, if you are ready, I am ready. Now let's begin. Welcome back po dito sa Buhay Canada. I'll just talk to them, okay? Buhay natin sa Winnipeg, Manitoba. So makitrip at makitravel dito sa amin sa Buhay Canada. So right here, Migrate Mountain. Pinalik ng turning over. Woo! Now, in the Yukon Community Pilot Program, it is really not a requirement to have an IELTS or Education Credential Assessment, nor the proof of funds, and there is no age limit into this pathway. But there is a tricky part. Try to finish the video and you will find out what I am saying. Now, this pathway will run from January 2020 to June 2023. To be eligible for the Yukon Community Pilot Work Permit stream, we need to find a job employer in any of the participating communities in Yukon, like Carcross, Carmacks, Dawson City, Haines Junction, Watson Lake, and Whitehorse. The really important thing onto this stream is we really need to find a job employer that will give us and allow us to work to accumulate the 1,560 hours in a single year, and that is equivalent to 1 full-time hours for 1 year. Now, John, what if only part-time job is available? Then we must look for at least 2 to 3 part-time job offers with up to 3 employers to meet the requirement for the 1,560 hours. Now, how to find a job employer? Based on my experience, there are 2 ways to find a job employer. First, we need to use the job search engines, just like those Indeed.ca, job banks, or any job website available in Yukon territories. The second way to search for a job is do a company profiling. Company profiling in which you need to do your own research and ask the company if they have a job vacancies. I find company profiling is the best option to find a job employer because this is effective at the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. Now, with the Yukon Community Pilot Stream, what are the requirements or what are the documents needed? You know what? There is only one requirement in the Yukon Community Pilot Program, and that is to obtain a work permit application online for a 2-year mandatory open work permit. Now, Sir John, how are we going to obtain a work permit under this Yukon Community Pilot Stream? Now, your application must include the following in order for us to get the work permit online. And the first requirement is to secure a copy of the nomination letter from Yukon that confirms that you are nominated under to this program. Now, the next question is, where are we going to get this nomination letter? The nomination letter will be given to you by your employer. Your employer must fill up the form, and the form is the Yukon Community Program application to be submitted onto the Community Pilot Stream. That's the first requirement. Second requirement is that you need to have a statement from Yukon NOMINEE program that all factors for issuance of work permit have been or have met the requirements. So what are the requirements? It is the list of the names of the employers, the number of hours, their location of work, and especially the nominee, you must urgently required in the community by the job employers. Job offers should be legit, should be all genuine and not fake. Also, with those statements, it should be indicated our wages and the working conditions of the employment should be or would be sufficient to attract and retain Canadian citizens. Now, as a reminder, the work permit duration is mandatory, valid for 2 years, and those work permit applications can only be submitted via online. Now, once we already receive our copy of nomination letter from Yukon that confirms that we are nominated for permanent resident, also with a statement from the Yukon Nominee Program that all factors have been met, now we can proceed on how we can apply for a work permit. Applying for a work permit, I already link the link onto the description below, and we'll try to apply for a work permit. So I am now on the website, and we need to go down and fill up where are we applying from. So we are applying, just in case we are applying outside Canada, we need to select that one, and let's click the get application to work in Canada. So in work in Canada, there are a few more requirements that you need to do. You need to give your biometrics and so on with all those medicals and even passport. Now, how are you applying? As recommended from the International Mobility Program, it is intended to apply online. Then where are we applying from? We are applying from the origin of our country of residency or citizenship. For example, we are from Australia. So from the guide itself, we need to comply all the requirements and even for the fees. Now, if you haven't have an account yet, we need to create an account, and there's 2 ways to create an account. First, option 1 is the GC key, and second one is to sign in a partner. And from there, work permit is to be issued and be processed between 3 to 27 weeks upon our application. So once your Yukon permit is approved, now you need to be in Yukon, Canada to apply for the permanent resident status, just because you are under to the Yukon Community Pilot Program via Provincial Nominee Program, and you need to stay there in Yukon while your permanent resident application is in progress or in process. Now, earlier I told you that the IELTS and the ECA is not a requirement into this community pilot stream. You only need the special work permit under the Yukon Community Pilot Program. However, your job employer might require you to submit at least 2 years valid English proficiency certificate, and they might require you as well with your education credential assessment as part of the requirement for them to hire you as their employee. Now, always be prepared and have your documents ready at all time if you really wanted to try to this pathway. Again, I hope you learned something into this video, and I really do appreciate if you will subscribe into this channel and be part of our community. Share it with your true friends, and as I always say, a lesson learned is always a lesson to be shared, and I will see you onto our next video. Sana po mas marami kayo natutunan, and maraming salamat po. Anyway, doon sa mga kababayan natin, bakit ako nag-English? This is something for me to exercise as well, to talk in English. Kasi not all the time, meron din tayong mga viewers ngayon na from other country or any mga Pilipino rin na hindi marunong mag-Tagalog. Kaya I really just do an English version of our topic for today. Again, maraming salamat po. Again, if this is your first time watching me, My name is John, content creator ng Buhay sa Canada, and I will see you po on to our next video. Maraming salamat po.